90-day retreat devolves into chaos amid allegations of cheating, gaslighting, body shaming and attention seeking. Sophie confronted Rob with new cheating accusations, Natalie claimed Josh mocked her body and Ari accused another castmate of seeking out male attention on the February 10th episode. The latest 90-day couples retreat devolved into chaos during an overnight camping trip that left many of the couples making a laundry list of accusations. At the end of the previous episode of 90-day, The Last Resort, Sophie revealed to Jasmine that Rob had been exchanging flirty messages with other girls, despite his claims that he wanted to work on the relationship. On the latest episode, which aired on Monday, Feb. 10, Sophie revealed that a friend had sent her screenshots that appeared to indicate Rob had an active profile on a dating website. Rob adamantly denied the allegations when Sophie confronted him in front of the entire group. They then accused each other of not trying to salvage their relationship while the rest of the couples watched. When presented with the apparent evidence, Rob claimed he used the app while he and Sophie were separated, and had been unable to access the app in question for 2 years. He later claimed he had not used the app since 2019. Eventually, Rob found a text message from Sophie dated March 2023 that stated, "Me and you are on a break and I give you permission to act single and will not hold this against you." However, when the men brought the evidence to Sophie, she claimed that message was from a different incident and that the dating app was not from that time. Soon, life coach and hypnotherapist Sarah Malone interrupted the quarrel and sent away all of the couples so Sophie and Rob could hash out the issue one-on-one. Once alone, Rob continued to press Sophie over the timeline. Rob argued that Sophie wanted a break for a month, and still hadn't came home, nearly 6 months later. But according to Sophie, she and Rob attempted to reconnect, a few months after they separated. Still, Rob continued to insist that he was the one trying to salvage the relationship, and it was Sophie who asked for the break. "I came here, as a last-ditch effort, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't have much hope because she won't do anything towards this relationship," Rob told the life coach. "All she'll do is look at me and say, 'Rob, you need to fix it.'" Quote. But Sophie felt Rob was not taking this seriously, leading him to cuss her out one last time before Sarah shut down their argument. "This is a good place where we need to take some personal space before anything else nasty is said that maybe we don't mean," the life coach said. Rob then stormed off, but not before yelling to Sophie, "You had ing real one." Sophie then burst into tears and raced off to the public bathroom, where she called her mom while sitting on the floor. Eventually, Jasmine and Stacy arrived to console Sophie. Jasmine promised Sophie's mom that the women all got Sophie's back, and vowed to take care of her. Still, Sophie was focused on her deteriorating marriage. For Rob to still just be talking to all these other girls and then get a dating app, it just feels like, how are we ever supposed to work on our marriage if you just are never going to be accountable for anything? Sophie and Rob's argument was not the only one sparked that day. Natalie and Josh also got into a fight, this time about their sleeping arrangements. The tiff began when Natalie confronted Josh about being told that he could not sleep next to her. But in a confessional, Josh claimed his comment was more nuanced than what Natalie suggested. "I said personally, I like to not be bothered or touched when I sleep," Josh explained. And she kind of took that and is now making this a much bigger issue than it is. When Josh defended himself in the parking lot of the campsite, Natalie accused him of lying. "You make me feel body shamed," she wailed, as Josh maintained that was not the case. Natalie then continued to yell at Josh as Florian escorted her away from the conversation. Back at the parking lot, Josh told other couples, "This is why I cannot bring her anywhere, I don't know what to expect." When Natalie and Florian returned, Josh apologized for a second time. But when he went in for a hug, Natalie kneed him in the crotch and mumbled, "Hate you," under her breath. Florian pulled Natalie aside again and asked Natalie to accept Josh's apology. But Josh was at a loss. "I feel like I'm trying to do what I can to be a better partner, to be a better listener, to be a punching bag at this point or whatever it is that she needs to be," Josh said in his confessional. "Could I try more? Could I do more? I mean, I don't know." Finally, the group gathered at the campsite for a therapy session aimed at releasing some of the stress from their relationships through a primal energetic release. But shortly after they got started, Ari stormed away without warning. She eventually rejoined the group, but when asked if she was okay, Ari said, "No. Today was very traumatic for me because everything Sophie's going through, I went through all of that," Ari explained to the group. She added, "I don't need other people to know about what I've been through, but it's been hell. Being here and everyone just rewards the bad behavior or the narcissism, it's difficult. Ari pointed specifically at Julia, claiming that she, constantly, seeks out, male attention. She then criticized the group for calling out some of the men at the retreat, like Rob, for their bad behavior, but not her partner Benny. Julia quickly shot back at Ari, reminding her that she was nowhere near Rob and Sophie's argument because she and Brandon were separated from the group. "I didn't even talk with him," she yelled. "Enough," Sarah shouted several times. "We came here to release. All we're doing here is attacking each other. What is this?" Ari claimed she was not trying to attack her fellow castmates, but instead argued she was trying to make a point. "I just need a break from conflict. I don't want anybody to yell," Ari cried. Sarah approached her and encouraged her to go take space away from the group. Benny was disappointed in Ari's behavior. "I'm very upset because Ari, she's stuck in the past 5 years. Me, I want to practice the therapy because I don't want to miss this opportunity. I want to learn." The latest episode of 90 Day, The Last Resort has been full of shocking moments, with several of the couples experiencing a significant breakdown in their relationships. The retreat, which was intended to help the couples work through their issues, quickly devolved into chaos after allegations of cheating, gaslighting, body shaming, and attention-seeking behaviors surfaced. This intense drama has left fans questioning if any of the relationships can survive such turmoil. Sophie and Rob, infidelity accusations stir tensions. Sophie and Rob's relationship hit a major snag when Sophie confronted Rob about suspected infidelity. Sophie discovered that Rob had been active on a dating app during their separation, which triggered an explosive argument between the two. Rob tried to justify his actions by claiming that he was simply using the app while they were apart, but Sophie wasn't buying it. She accused him of betraying her trust and lying, which left the retreat's group therapy session in disarray. This heated confrontation highlighted the cracks in their relationship, and it remains to be seen if they can rebuild their trust. Natalie and Josh, body shaming and growing resentment. The tension between Natalie and Josh reached a boiling point after an argument about their sleeping arrangements. Natalie accused Josh of body shaming her, which only fueled the resentment between them. Josh tried to defend himself, but the argument became more heated, and their emotional baggage was laid bare for everyone to see. Life coach Sarah Malone intervened, but the damage had already been done. The couple's inability to communicate effectively and address their deep-seated issues seems to be pushing them further apart, leaving little hope for reconciliation. Ari and Julia, attention-seeking and accusations of gaslighting. Ari and Julia's relationship hit another major snag during a group therapy session when Ari stormed off in frustration. She accused Julia of constantly seeking attention from other men, which caused a huge rift between them. This allegation of attention-seeking behavior was compounded by accusations of gaslighting, with Ari claiming that Julia was manipulating the situation to make herself look like the victim. The argument left the retreat's environment increasingly tense, with the other participants caught in the middle. It seems that Ari and Julia are at a crossroads, and unless they can address their communication problems, their relationship may not survive. Jasmine and Gino, infidelity, secrets, and emotional turmoil. Jasmine and Gino have been struggling throughout the retreat, but things took a turn for the worse when Jasmine enlisted Florian to help talk to Gino. She was convinced that Gino was hiding something from her and had been unfaithful. Their therapy session reached a breaking point when Gino seemed reluctant to fully open up, leaving Jasmine feeling even more betrayed. Meanwhile, Julia's confession about her past infidelity added another layer of complexity to the situation. Gino's inability to address Jasmine's concerns and his refusal to be vulnerable may be one of the main factors leading to further emotional distress in their relationship. Stacy and Florian, anger issues and the last chance. Stacy and Florian's marriage is on shaky ground as Stacy opened up about how their relationship felt like her last chance to make things work. Their tensions reached a boiling point during a party when Florian felt excluded and began lashing out. Stacy, in turn, became frustrated with Florian's anger issues, threatening to leave him if he couldn't manage his emotions better. Their volatile relationship and lack of emotional stability have left both of them feeling uncertain about their future together. Stacy's declaration that this could be their last chance to fix things added an air of finality to the situation, signaling that their marriage might not survive if things continue on this path. The retreat's impact on the couples. As the couples struggle to navigate their personal issues, the retreat has become an emotional battlefield. Life coaches and therapists have tried to intervene, but the deep-rooted problems within these relationships seem almost impossible to overcome. The constant bickering, accusations, and emotional outbursts have only amplified the couple's unresolved issues, leaving many fans wondering if this is truly the end of the road for some of these relationships. The retreat has laid bare the vulnerabilities of each couple, exposing deep insecurities, unresolved conflicts, and a lack of communication. While some participants have shown a willingness to work through their issues, others have become more entrenched in their negativity and mistrust. Will any relationship survive? At this point, it seems unlikely that all the couples will make it through the retreat unscathed. The level of dysfunction displayed in this episode has left fans divided, with many questioning whether some couples can truly find common ground. The emotional weight of the accusations, from cheating to gaslighting, body shaming, and attention-seeking, has taken a toll on the retreat's atmosphere, leaving it unclear which couples will come out stronger and which ones may not survive. Ultimately, this season of 90 Day, The Last Resort has proven to be one of the most chaotic and emotionally charged yet. The fallout from these explosive allegations is sure to leave lasting consequences for the couples, with some potentially heading for breakup while others might find a way to rebuild their relationships. As the drama continues to unfold, viewers are left on edge, eagerly waiting to see how these turbulent relationships will resolve. Will the couples be able to repair the damage caused during the retreat, or will the chaos be the final nail in the coffin for their relationships?